time to buckle in.
Hey, baby, let's go out there like a bunch of crazy dogs and have some fun.
It's time for 5-Star Rewind.
Hello?
Tiki and Tierney's top 5 games from this past weekend.
I'm just about that action, boss.
Here we come. It's a man's game now.
All righty, guys. I was going to say alrighty, Tiki, but alrighty, everybody. We'll start in Lambeau and primetime stage, a little rematch of a big game from a year ago. And guess what? James Jones still catching touchdowns.
Snap to A-Rod, looking around, steps up, scrambles left, penalty markers are down, throws the middle.
Yes!
Touchdown to James Jones, and they beat Richard Sherman. And a Lambeau lead to the north end zone stands for JJ.
Pick up the jock strap there, Mr. Sherman. That's how it sounded. First touchdown of the night, made it 7-zip pack. Final score 27-17. Packers win. James Jones, he's got 5 catches on the season, 3 going pay dirt.
Exactly. Was not good enough for the New York Giants, though, whose wide receivers have 1 touchdown collectively. That was on Richard Sherman. Now, can you say, where is Cam Chancellor? Because James Jones wasn't scared about getting banged by the safety. More importantly, the Seattle Seahawks are 0-2. They'll change that around, I believe, because those first 2 games were on the road. They come back with the Bears and the Lions, both at home next week. But what can you say about Aaron Rodgers? No matter who he's getting the ball to, whether he's handing it off to James Starks instead of Eddie Lacy, or chucking it to Ty Montgomery and Randall Cobb instead of Jordy Nelson, he just gets it done, find ways to win football games. They are the second best team in the National Football League right now. We'll get to the first later.
Yeah, I might have to debate that. Sounds good. Wayne Larrivee, Packers Radio Network on the call. 27-17 the final. And if you missed this over the weekend, the report was that Schneider and Cam Chancellor's camp, they haven't touched base since September 8th. And now the news is Paul Allen, who really is very free with his money, is backing Schneider, the GM for Seattle. This Cam Chancellor thing is going to linger for a while. All righty, up next, we go Dallas taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. And in Philly, a strange, ugly game takes an ominous turn for Dallas.
Romo in an empty gun. Beasley in the left slot, Dunbar in the right slot. The Eagles are rushing 5. Romo pumps. He's going to be set. Fumble the ball at the 40-yard line. And the Eagles are trying to convince the officials that they have it. Fletcher Cox was there. They do. And who is that injured Cowboy?
Romo. Looks like he's holding left shoulder.
That's not good. That's not good. He's in trouble.
Jason Witten
and maybe so are the Cowboys.
I'm not trying to make light of this, but who is that down? What do you think? It's not going to be the kicker. It's Tony Romo. We had the football, then he got crushed. That's how it sounded. And Brad Sham is great on the Cowboys Radio Network, but this was not good. And the Eagles, 17 carries for 7 yards. Week 1, Dez gone. Week 2, Romo.
This was an ugly game for both the Cowboys and the Eagles. The Eagles because they look like crap for another week. The Cowboys because they lose their quarterback. And it was an important division win, obviously, in the NFC East. But for the Eagles on the other side, they have the Jets and the Redskins coming up. It might not get any better for this system, which doesn't have the players to fit it.
I said this early in the show. We like him. We liked him at Vandy. We like him in spurts in the NFL. Jordan Matthews has a little case of the dropsy. He needs to start catching the football more effectively. All right. You knew Rex would squawk all week. He did. You also knew Tom Brady would come to ball. 40 points. They hang on Rex's defense.
2nd down and 10 for the Patriots. Stretch fake to Lewis. Throw back to the left for Edelman. A grab at the 15 to the 10. Sprinting to the 5. Diving to the pylon. Touchdown, Patriots. And number 399 for Tom Brady.
Start the buses, and that's for us.
Scott Zolak, and before that, Bob Sochi, Pat's Radio Network on the call. You know this one felt good. And Tyrod Taylor, a couple of turnovers, 3 to be exact. 40 points, Rex defense.
Tyrod Taylor, as good as he was in Week 1, he was that bad in Week 2, especially throwing the ball across the middle. That's where the 3 interceptions came from. But Tom Brady with 466 yards and almost had 3 wide receivers, one of them being a running back, over 100 yards. Dion Lewis, who Rex Ryan said he didn't really know who the kid was. Well, 6 receptions and 98 yards and 7 totes for 40 yards later and a touchdown. You know now. I think this is the Patriots division easily still, and the best team in football right now.
He's dropping in easily. I still think they'll be tested a little bit here, but they do get the win on the road.
Jets, Dolphins, not so sure.
I don't think the Bills are dead. 40-32 the final, but certainly the boys from New England sending a little message, and you know that the Bills felt it. Very impressive. All right, we'll jump out west of the Coliseum, and Derek Carr having his first true signature moment.
Shotgun snap from Hudson to Derek Carr. Looking left, throwing. Caught! Touchdown!
Raiders.
Seth Roberts wide open over the middle. The Raiders have the lead at 36, going on 37 to 33.
Wow. Boy, they went from inept to pretty intriguing in a week. The Ravens, I'm talking about the Raiders, but the Ravens lose in the final score, 37-33. Greg Papa, great call on the Raiders Radio Network. So you heard that touchdown. Cooper got on the board as well. Same with Crabtree. First touchdown for the Raiders.
200-yard receivers. Crabtree and Cooper both had a touchdown for Derek Carr. He made some mistakes in this game, but was able to come back and get that last touchdown to Seth Roberts. On the other side, it's the Ravens' D that's struggling. Offensively, you could point to some things. The run game went inept in the second half. Justin Forsett only had 7 carries for 11 yards. Joe Flacco looked pretty good. That last interception was just a throw-off. But this Ravens team, down 0-2, they got the division coming up. Next the Bengals, then the Steelers, and then the Browns. They might start this season 0-4.
Speaking of the Browns, the dog pound we go. It's how we finish up. Johnny Manziel used to have Mike Evans. Looks like he might have a new target out there in Cleveland.
3rd down and 7 for the Browns. They bring a man in motion. It's Gabriel. In the backfield, Duke Johnson. Shotgun for Manziel. Tennessee jumping up the middle. Here's Johnny. Bootlegs out to the left. Looking down the field. Going to throw one down for Benjamin. He's there. He's got it. And he's running in. Touchdown!
That's a nice call right there. Jim Donovan, the honors on the Browns Radio Network. A little misleading. Johnny only a couple of completions in the second half, but 2 big bombs to his new target as Benjamin finds pay dirt. Browns
Travis
win.
Benjamin, I hope you have him on your fantasy team because not only did he have 3 receptions for 215 yards and 2 touchdowns, but he had 154 return yards, including a long 78-yarder, 269 yards, and 3 total touchdowns for Travis Benjamin. Marcus Mariota came back there with a little bit. He had 3 fumbles and lost 2 of them. Otherwise, he played decently, but let's pump the brakes on Johnny Manziel. After those other 2 big touchdown passes, 6 of 13 for 67 yards, and he put the ball on the ground twice. They recovered him, but Johnny's not fully Johnny football yet.
I thought Mariota played well, as you said. He got sacked 7 times, ran around a lot. He hung in there. More Week 2 reaction next.